Alrighty guys, here's a 1988 to 89 Galaxy 3713. I got this at my local flea market for $7, which was way too much, being the fan was seized and the thermal fuse was blown and the thing was insanely dirty. But the reason I paid that much for it is because of its color. You can clearly see it is tan and not gray. And it's the newer body style with the newer switch plate and newer knob. And it had the newer handle, but of course that's gone, just like all of them are. It's got a brown switch plate, which is very cool. It does not have the original blades on it. I went ahead and swapped them out because they were warped. This is the original ones right here. They're very shiny, but on the back side they're very yellowed out, and you can see they're warped. So I would assume this thing was probably used next to someone's wood stove. But, oh well. It's got the blades off my 91 to 92 3713 now. I was in the process of restoring that fan, and it was going to be a while before I got it running, so figured this fan could get it. Got some dirt right there. Back grill is not doing too well, although it's not missing anything. It's got a plastic motor. And when I say this motor was seized, I mean this thing was rock solid seized. I had to take the bearings out of the bearing housings so that I could hit the rotor off of them because the shaft was completely seized in. But after a ton of work and a thermal fuse bypass, this was the outcome. So it was worth it. Thankfully the motor didn't get shorted out before the thermal fuse blew. This fan has seized back up on me once, but oddly it unseized itself and started running just fine again. Because it seized up and I turned it off, and the next morning when I came downstairs it was unseized and the thing was perfectly free. So why it seized up, I have no clue. But I've ran the fan for days in a row since that happened and had no issues with it. So it's a mystery, but I don't care. It doesn't have a thermal fuse, so it's not a fan I would be using on a daily basis anyway. Medium. This fan's medium's kind of weak. Make sure it was actually on medium. High is not weak. Well, it's plenty of air like you expect a Galaxy to. Runs great. Doesn't hum at all or anything. Shut it off. That's the only vent missing out of the whole fan. Not the world's best coast down time, but it works. Like I said, it's not a fan I'm going to be using every day. At least not until I put a thermal fuse in it, which I do plan on doing because the Radio Shack around my house sells like 30 different kinds of thermal fuses. So I'm sure if I look hard enough, they'll have the exact same little box one that these fans come with. And this fan only had a 90°C fuse, which I think is way too low, so I'm going to put a 120 in it like every other fan I've worked on has. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed.